On a bright morning, Cinderella woke up early as usual to start her long day of housework. She lived with her cruel stepmother and her selfish stepsisters, who always demanded that she clean the floors and wash their clothes. Despite the mistreatment, Cinderella kept her smile and hope for a better life. One day, a royal letter arrived, announcing that the prince was hosting a grand ball at the palace and inviting all the young ladies in the kingdom. Her stepmother was thrilled and told her daughters, "We will attend the ball, and one of you must win the prince's heart." But Cinderella also wished to go. When she asked for permission, her stepmother coldly replied, "You, a maid like you at the ball? Impossible. You will stay here and tend to the house." That night, as her stepmother and stepsisters prepared for the ball, Cinderella was left alone in the kitchen, crying bitterly. Suddenly, a bright light appeared, and a kind fairy godmother appeared before her. "Don't cry, Cinderella. I will help you." And with a wave of her magic wand, she turned a pumpkin in the garden into a magnificent carriage, the little mice into white horses, and Cinderella's tattered clothes into a royal gown sparkling with diamonds. But the most magical gift was her glass slippers, which shone in the moonlight. The fairy godmother warned her, "Now you can go to the ball, but remember, you must return before midnight. That's when the magic will end." Cinderella felt overwhelming joy and climbed into the carriage to head to the palace. At the grand palace, Cinderella entered the ballroom, and her beauty caught the attention of everyone, especially the prince. He had never seen such a beautiful girl and immediately asked her to dance. The night was full of color, music, and magic, and Cinderella felt as if she were in a dream. She lost track of time until she heard the clock striking midnight. In a panic, she fled from the palace, running swiftly out of the ballroom. But in her haste, her glass slipper fell off on the grand staircase. The prince tried to follow her, but couldn't catch up. The next day, the prince ordered a search for the girl who fit the glass slipper. He visited every house in the kingdom, and finally, he arrived at Cinderella's home. Her stepmother and stepsisters tried to fit the slipper, but it was too small for them. When Cinderella was asked to try it on, her stepmother laughed and said, "She's just a maid. It can't be hers." But the prince insisted, and when Cinderella put on the slipper, it fit perfectly. The prince realized that Cinderella was the girl he had been searching for all along. He married her in a grand celebration, and they lived happily ever after.